Hey guys, Derek here. If you shoot an SP5 or an MP5 long enough, you're going to pull your bolt carrier group out one day and notice something I'm going to show you in a second. So don't fret, I'm going to show you how to fix it. But this bolt carrier group has well over 10,000 rounds on it. The gun's never had one malfunction. And after shooting some full auto today, getting the gun nice and hot, finally we've got a parts breakage that's not an all too uncommon parts breakage. So let me show you what you may face one day and how to fix it. Stand by. Okay, boom. On the bench here, I've dumped the bolt carrier group out of the receiver, and you're going to have this happen to you one day if you shoot enough ammo. So here's the bolt carrier group, and what came out was the group, and you can see, whoa, that's not supposed to be falling out separately. So here what you can see, if you look through there, is the locking piece. And you can see right there where some of the roller holder has broken off. And this is an Action 3 bolt head, as you can identify from the scalloped area here, the front face of the bolt head. So it's got that little squirrely, swivelly wire on the inside that's broken, and that's no big deal. And the gun functions, I don't know when it happened today, but the gun will still function with that parts breakage. We had no problems, no malfunctions, no stoppages. But upon disassembly, ready for cleaning, that's where I found the parts breakage. So I'm going to show you how to fix this here in just a second, and we'll get the gun back in action. I could actually also not even fix it and just drop the roller back in and continue to use the gun, but that's not the right way to do it. So let me show you how to fix this. Stand by. So to save time, I've already cleaned the bolt carrier group, and I've got the clean bolt head right here. And the first thing you want to do is lay out everything you need. So I've cleaned the bolt head so it wouldn't be a dirty mess. And of course, further disassembling, the other roller just fell out, and the broken retainer spring plate came out too. So as you can see here, it's shorter than the new replacement on the right, where some of it has snapped off, and that's what caused the roller to just kind of fall out. So that's the bad one, and it fell out with the other roller, so no big deal. If it didn't fall out, or if you had a plate and just half the plate broke with a different bolt head, it may still be in the bolt, may not fall out. So what we'll do in just a second is I'll show you. I still need to take that pin out, so I'll show you what we're going to do. So I've got a 2mm punch. I've got my bolt on my little armor block. I've got a little hammer, and I've got my new Action 3 retainer plate slash little coil spring thing. It's not really a spring, it's a coil plate. So we'll put that in next. Stand by. Okay, so let's drive this pin out using our hammer and punch. Drive it out from the top to the bottom. And it falls right out. Okay, so now what we want to do is turn the bolt head upside down. We get our new retainer plate, and there's a groove right here the retainer plate fits in. So while we're talking about retainer plates, let's talk about this. Again, this is an Action 3 bolt head based on the scallop and the plate that it takes. So depending on what type of bolt head you have that this happens to, you may have an Action 3, you may have an original that has more of a rounded oval shaped plate. You may have the new style like in the SP5, the F bolt head that has its own retainer plate, and it looks like a rectangle plate with two ears that come up, kind of similar to this, to retain the rollers. So just pay attention to what you have so you can make sure you put the right part in. So we're going to put the new retainer plate in that groove, and it slides right in and can slide all the way through. Doesn't matter which side you start on, but go ahead and push it through to one side. It's sticking to my punch here. Whoops. All right, get it in that groove. Then what I want you to do on whatever side you start on, that oval side, not the flat side or the circle side there that's got the indentation, that's going to catch the spring. So you want to put that face down on the spring with the ear up on that retainer plate like you call it a spring. But you see how that little point is up? That's to mate up with that recessed area on the roller, okay? So you put that on and you can just slide it into the slot and push it through to the other side where the other point is up. And then again, you want that recess side down to catch that point on the plate that's pushed up, and you drop it on and push it in. So here comes the trick I'm going to show you. So now the rollers are in there on the plate. Now this is where you pinch it right there and you use your locking piece. This is the trick. Put your locking piece in there to retain everything, and you push it in so the rollers pop out so they can't fall out now. They're held in place, and from here is where you'll go ahead and drive your pin back in. Just get it started on the top there, just like so. Use your handy dandy, every man's favorite tool, a hammer, and you can just tap that sucker right down, and just like that, just make sure it's flush. You don't want anything sticking up and above. Use the flat side of the punch right there. Perfectly flush. So now hopefully if I did it right, my rollers won't fall out. Look at that, I did it. So now we're ready to reassemble and get this gun back in action. So the gun still functioned even though the roller fell out, no problem. We definitely don't want to leave it like that. So now it's fixed and you're back in business for just a couple dollars. It's good to always keep some of the roller retainer plates in your inventory, as it's always good to keep some of the extractor springs in your inventory, because these are your two weak links on an SP5 or an MP5. Hope this helps.